Hello, friends and family.
I'm Patty.
And I'm David.
And we're seeking serenity.
This is video number 3 in our newly created series. Today we're going to touch on where and how we like to travel, or intend to travel. We're not 100% sure that that's how it's going to end up being, but one thing that we continually hear from people, we have multiple sources watching YouTube nearly endlessly. They all say, we went too fast in the beginning, we need to slow down, take our time. So, that is our intent at this point.
Yep.
Now, whether that becomes reality, we'll find out. The first thing on our list is boondocking versus campgrounds. We touched on this a little bit in the last episode, talking about our budget being only $30 per month for site rent and things like that. I think that's a good indication that boondocking is going to be 99.9% of our expense and our preference. I think one of the reasons why I chose Seeking Serenity and she agreed, she liked the title. The reason I picked it is because I want to get away from people. I have no desire on a frequent basis to be stuck side by side, tin cans lined up in a row, screaming kids, barking dogs, drunk pricks everywhere. No, thank you. I'd rather be out in the middle of nowhere, see the mountains, see the desert, whatever. So,
I like social interaction, but when it comes to people not watching their kids or just letting them run wild, or dogs that are barking all hours of the night, I could do without that. Yeah, I think boondocking is definitely going to be the way to go. And places we want to go, places like Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, South Dakota, and even Canada. Looking forward to seeing all those and more.
now we are currently in Indiana. We were both born and raised in central Indiana. Lived here 99% of our lives, with a short stint in Illinois. 2.5 years, give or take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very close.
But yeah, the rest of the time has been in this locale. We're really tired of seeing flat farms, and somebody piles up a load of snow that's 10 feet tall, and everybody, all the kids gather around and find, oh, it's a hill, sledding hill. That's because that's the biggest hill in the neighborhood. And it was man-made and not what we look forward to. As you could tell from our list, all those places are out west, in the mountains, wide open spaces. Most, if not all, have plentiful choices in boondocking. We also want to hit Mexico when we're in Arizona. Touch on that here in a moment. But the wide open spaces are certainly more our cup of tea than cities or anything like that. So the third thing, we intend on going 2 weeks at a time, whenever possible, in the same locale. Like I say, so many people talk about how quickly they went, every 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. A week was a long time. I don't want to go that fast, by going that fast, that increases our gas expense, which increases the budget, which increases headaches. I don't want that. I'm seeking serenity, literally and figuratively. The name fits so well for so many reasons. So 2 weeks, that's the typical time frame for BLM land is 14 days. We'll take advantage of every day that we can. Granted, we may show up to a place and it just sucks. So, never mind, pack it up, let's move a little further down the road. We can do that. But overall, we should be doing the 2 week thing.
And city versus country, or mountains, or even the desert. I would prefer the mountains whenever possible, for sure.
Neither one of us are city people. One thing you'll find out over time if you continue to watch is that I will tell the truth bluntly and honestly, typically to a fault. And the example I will give is I hate people. I don't hate person or persons, but people in a large group. I think that's what you'll find in a lot of travel channels is they'll talk about being recluse, quiet and shy. I think what they want to say but don't really want to say out loud is they just hate people. The larger the group, the more possibility there is for that one giant douchebag to show up and ruin it for everybody. I think we all can relate to the fact that going out with a bunch of friends when you were younger, when there was a large group, there was always that one guy or one girl that went, and you're like, oh God, not that one. I really could do without her or him being here. And the same could be said for family members. You can go to a family reunion and see that guy over there and go, oh God, please don't come over here and talk to me. No, keep walking. Okay, good. Yeah, just going to the restroom. Good. So, the naive aspect of, well, you can get along with everybody. Yeah, maybe you can. I cannot.
Yeah, there's always one person. Like I usually get along with everybody, but there's one person, out of 20 different places, you might find that one person that you just can't click with for one reason or another, whether it's you or whether it's them. But there's always going to be somebody.
I think that is another reason why I want to take this trip. Get away from people, seek serenity, quiet streams, birds chirping, wind blowing, things like that. That I can handle. I have no problem meeting a person. Even most douchebags on an individual basis can be talked to, reasoned with, or diverted from the topic that sparks their politics, religion, the color of sports car that you drive, whether you drive a Ford or a foreign car, who gives a shit? Something will spark a lot of people. Mm-hmm. On a one-on-one basis, you can typically divert the conversation away from that hot point. But the more people that are involved, the more freedom those kinds of people feel like they have, and the more they feel like, I'm going to start something. Neither one of us drink. Neither one of us smoke. Neither one of us do drugs. Never have, never will. So I have a much lower tolerance of all of those things than she does. And she has no tolerance at all. Um, don't smoke near me. Certainly don't do drugs. And I don't mind if somebody has a drink, but if you're going to get fallen down drunk, one of us is leaving. And it's probably me, depending on who's where.
Yeah, drunks make
So-
me nervous.
Drunks just piss me off. But, so, on that long rant, we're going to change the subject. That's why we both prefer the country, the mountains, the deserts, to anywhere where you would consider a city. Both from small towns. In Kokomo right now, Indiana, population of about 50,000, and it drives me nuts. Stoplight City, nickname, ready to get out. So, anyway, back to number 5.
Initial long haul. We're going from here to Arizona. Getting out of the cold and going to somewhere warm.
As we mentioned in our initial video, we plan on leaving the day after Christmas 2018. Leaving from central Indiana to the Quartzsite area in Arizona. We hope we can be there New Year's, a couple days after New Year's. That should give us time to find a place away from everything and everybody and all that hustle and bustle. I can only handle that crowd for so long. Walking through the tent. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, pardon me. Could you move along? That kind of thing. No. So, like I say, get away, drive into the tent, find out the things we want to find out, learn what we need to learn, buy what we want to buy. But, get out after. It's, according to Google Maps, was about 2,100 miles on the route that we were looking at taking. Weather is certainly going to play a factor in whether we can take that route. End of December, who knows? It's already been an early winter.
Oh.
It may be 60 degrees when we leave the day after Christmas. Could be 10 below. We don't know. Can't plan on that.
No.
So we'll hope for the best and plan for the worst. The 6th thing on our list is where we've been. I wouldn't consider either one of us extravagant travelers, extensive travelers, but we've each had our pockets mostly together. Our honeymoon was spent in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we've been married 20 years now, and we've been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee 15 times in 20 years. I'm done with Gatlinburg.
It's one of my favorite places.
I enjoy it very much, but it's crowded, it's noisy, there's too many people, and I've seen it. It's wonderful, but you know what? There are other wonderful places that I want to see more than the same place over and over again. That's the reason why we talk about going out west. We took our first big vacation to Yellowstone 5 years ago now.
It was like 4.
I think it's 5. Anyway, 4 or 5 years ago. Yellowstone, drove through, fantastic scenery, all the way through South Dakota, at least the west half, not so much the east. It's just barren farmland, which we all can tell is not our cup of tea. Everything past that, wonderful. Loved every minute of it. Our first scenic pull over stop area She got out of the car. She looked at me and she told me what?
We are so moving here.
So
Yellowstone is
she's
awesome.
she's already kind of at that point set Gatlinburg on the back burner. I can see by our panel here that our battery is about to die, so we better cut this short before it cuts us short.
Right.
So, thanks for joining us. Next video coming up very soon. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Catch you next time.